Greetings. Well, it's rather wonderful, isn't it? It's not only a question of asking why, it's also a question of asking who. So it looks like I'm going to Whowhy. Could be fun. I mean, the world's in debt by 323 trillion. But doesn't anybody actually ask to whom it is owed? And when was it lent? And what for? I'd ask to see a receipt, ask to see the agreement on that one. It's silly really, there's so many people who are up to their necks in debt. But it's very easy to pay off really, because the only debt is what you owe yourself to find out the why and the who. You can all go to Hawaii. The answers are really simple. Maybe opportunity knocks, but oh poor tune, I tie knocks. But maybe there's no knock, maybe there's no Enoch. You know, is there a night in shining Ra Moor? Funny, I think it's a bit of a fiddle myself. And maybe it's the wrong tour for many, for man's E. Now, is that the ego or the energy? You choose. It's up to you. You can go and watch your Tell Live Vision. You can have your program me. I don't know how many different ways I need to spell it out. I mean, this ridiculous system of maritime law. Well, what about some divine feminine maritime law? See how they like being screwed. You know, if you all start printing your own money, you don't even have to print it, you can just write it on a piece of paper. We can come to an agreement on the size of the piece of paper. We can come to agreement on exchanging these pieces of paper and accepting them. You don't need an account for that. You can just keep it on you, can't you? If you lose it, you just write another one out. Or if you want more, you just write more out, as long as you have an agreement with everybody else. And this is the problem with humanity. They don't seem to be able to agree because they're being played in this stupid theatre on this world stage. And it's a shame some of them pick the wrong parts. I mean, did you see that film? There's lots of films, you know, like where you're in, well, the start of the second Alien, and there's a film, they have to move out of the way, and it's not very clear. They haven't got 20/20 vision, have they? But you start moving this veil, this mist out the way. It's not that difficult to see, really, what's going on and how. I mean, they are familiar faces on the films. They would be. How many times have you seen them before? In portraits, paintings, even stained glass windows. It's amazing, really, how two people can look so alike. And they're all there. I mean, let's face it, one of the biggest negative qualities is ego. So somebody who is a narcissist or wants to be centre of attention, where better place are they going to be? I mean, some people say, well, let's actually think about this for a minute. I mean, what if your suit's defective and it's not quite right? You want to change it, won't you? I mean, what a lovely way of doing it. You can kill two birds with one stone, because you can get the truth out in a very deceptive way and you can change your suit. I mean, look what happened to General Patton when he said that the United States had backed the wrong side and they should have fought with Nazi Germany against communism. So what are we talking here? The lesser of two evils? But I think he trumped it with that one, because it's amazing, these similarities with some of these people throughout history. It does make you wonder. It's like they seem to change, like their suits or something. I'd have a look at Men in Black again if I was you. But how many are going to make it? Everybody wants a sum, but what is the sum total? Everybody wants to be part of that sum. What do you think the number could be? Do you think it could be 12? Do you think it could be 144 petal? I'll leave you to think about that one, Flower. There's 7. Just multiply. Look at your 7 times table. Look at life could be a rainbow if you look at things in the right way. Maybe I'm talking in riddles to a lot of people and they just won't have an understanding of this. Well, I'm sorry if you haven't done the inner work and you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're just a programmed clone. Maybe you're a copy. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, they're very dim. And when I'm saying they're very dim, I'm talking about the light inside them. And some of them are very robotic in their movements. And it does make you wonder, what actually is a who man? Well, back to who, and then we'll want to know why again on that one, won't we? But it's very easy to work all this out. You just stand back and look at the bigger picture. And then it all starts to click into place. All the little pixels make up the big screen. Everything replicates itself. There's nothing new under the sun. But if you really want a concise way of summing everything up, you just got to know the secret of Aries, really. Because the secret Aries write the script from the diction Aries. We are talking phonetically after all. So they write the script from the dictionaries, and then of course in comes the sneaky mercenaries, which is justification for the militaries to invade. And then to ensure it doesn't happen again, we can always bring in the mission Aries, which will pave the way very nicely for the priests and their seamen Aries. Because we are talking about sea people here, so it would make sense that there's going to be seamen. And they don't seem to like doing their own work. They need lots of rowmen. But they're always wandering about everywhere. There's the Ash Nazis, but they're just a smoke screen, because that's what Ash gives off, isn't it? A smoke screen. You've got the Rahaks, the ones that are hacking into the God's program, shall we say. You might want to flip that round the other way, and then. But I'd also look at Mauritius. I mean, is it more righteous or more riches? And what about Mauritania? Is there more retained? Are they brutish? Is that why we're encouraged everywhere in this world to speak the angel leash? And are we going to languish in it? Or are we going to speak our truth? Always little clues in words, right down to the shapes of the letters. I will have to do more on this one and explain a lot more, I think, because things need to be explained, because at the front of the plane is a cross. The E is often energy, so there's an energy being put into this cross on this plane. But once you take the mystery out of it, it becomes my story, I believe. I'll leave you with that one. There's quite a bit to maybe just churn it over in your head. See what feels right from that. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.